Good morning, all of you. So yesterday in my last video, I have completed this jurisdiction and powers of the Supreme Court. Two I have completed, that is original jurisdiction and appellate jurisdiction. Today I'll have to do your next one, that is given in page number 204, that is advisory jurisdiction. So all of you just see that apart from original jurisdiction and appellate jurisdiction, Supreme Court also enjoy the power of advisory jurisdiction. Okay, now advisory jurisdiction means that Supreme Court give advice on any question of law or fact of public importance, okay, if it is asked by the President of India. Is it clear? Means suppose there is some question occurs on the law which is serious, and suppose some fact is there which is having utmost public importance, then the President take advice from the Supreme Court. Okay, until and unless President will not ask advice from the Supreme Court cannot enjoy the power of advisory jurisdiction. Advisory jurisdiction depends upon the advice asked by the President of India from the Supreme Court. Now, to give its opinion means Supreme Court can give its opinion. It cannot put compulsion. It can only give the advice. That is called advisory jurisdiction. Now see all of you in the book. Okay, advisory jurisdiction. Here, most of the things are. So see all of you in the book, advisory jurisdiction. Please see all of you in the book. Okay, the Supreme Court has advisory jurisdiction to give its opinion. Advisory jurisdiction means to give its opinion. It can only give the opinion on any question of law or fact of public importance. On what matter it gives opinion? It gives opinion on any question of law. This is the key line you have to write. Or fact of public importance, okay, as may be referred to it for consideration by the Supreme Court. If the President will ask advice from the Supreme Court on any question of law or fact of public importance, then Supreme Court enjoys its advisory jurisdiction. Okay, now next one. Supreme Court may be required to express its opinion in two classes of matter. Only in two classes of matter. It is given in your book. First matter, any question of law may be referred to the Supreme Court if the President considers that question is of public importance and it is necessary to obtain the opinion of the Supreme Court. Till here only. So on what matter it gives the advice? It gives the advice if any question of law that may be referred to the Supreme Court, if the President considers that the question is of public importance and it is necessary to take the opinion of the Supreme Court, then President take the opinion from the Supreme Court. Second fact, dispute arising out of pre-constitutional treaties and agreement which are excluded from original jurisdiction. ठीक है, pre-constitution मतलब वो सारे dispute जो अभी भी चल रहे हैं, जो constitution बनने के पहले के थे, और जो original jurisdiction मतलब जो article 131 है original jurisdiction में mention नहीं है, उसमें भी president Supreme Court से advice ले सकते हैं. Is it clear to all of you? Then this is your advisory jurisdiction. I'll make you underline just now, but let me explain you advisory and judicial also. See the next jurisdiction, that is revisory jurisdiction. See in the book all of you. The Supreme Court under Article 137 is empowered to review any judgment or order made by it with a view to removing any mistake or error that might have crept in the judgment or order. Okay, अब revisory का मतलब होता है अपने ही judgment को फिर से review करना और रिव्यू करने के बाद उसको दोबारा जजमेंट देना. ऐसा क्यों करता है सुप्रीम कोर्ट? टू रिमूव एनी मिस्टेक और एरर. अगर सुप्रीम कोर्ट को लगता है कि जो जजमेंट सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने पास्ट में दिया था उसमें इसने कोई मिस्टेक या एरर कर दिया है, तो उस मैटर पे वो फिर से रिव्यू करता है और फिर से जजमेंट देता है. दैट इज कॉल्ड रिवाइजरी jurisdiction. Then judicial review, that is very important, children. Judicial review means the Supreme Court, you know, is the interpreter of the Constitution and its decision is final. Is it clear? Now, it has the power to review laws passed by union or state legislature. Union legislature and state means the parliament and legislative assembly. If they have given or passed any law, and if and Supreme Court can declare that law अल्ट्रा वायर्स, नल और वॉइड, ये कीवर्ड होता है जुडिशियल का. अल्ट्रा वायर्ड की नल और वॉइड मतलब वो टोटली कैंसल्ड कर देगा अगर सुप्रीम कोर्ट को लगेगा वो लॉ अगेंस्ट द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन है या वो लॉ अगर कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन को वायलेट करता है तो. If any law passed by the union or state legislature is against or violating the Constitution of India, then Supreme Court enjoys the judicial review by declaring that law ultra vires or null or void, okay, because that is against the Constitution. That is the meaning of judicial review. All of you now see in the book and underline. Now, first advisory jurisdiction, all of you. The Supreme Court has advisory jurisdiction to give its opinion on any question of law or fact of public importance as may be referred to it for consideration by the President. This much is the meaning of advisory jurisdiction. Then, under what condition it gives advice? Supreme Court may be required to express its opinion in two classes of matters. Which were the matters? The first one, any question of law may be referred to the Supreme Court if the President considers that the question is of public importance and it is necessary to obtain the opinion of the Supreme Court. Till here. And second, and what? Dispute arising out of pre-constitutional treaties and agreement which are excluded from original jurisdiction by the Article 131. Okay. Next is revisory jurisdiction. What do you mean by revisory? The Supreme Court under Article 137 is empowered to review any judgment or order made by it with a view to removing any mistake or error that might have crept in the judgment or order. This is because the Supreme Court is a court of record and its decisions are of evidentiary and cannot be questioned in any court. This full is the revisory jurisdiction. Then judicial. The Supreme Court is the interpreter of the Constitution and its decision is final. It has the power to review laws passed by the union or state legislature. The Supreme Court can declare a law ultra vires. This is the key line, children. Ultra vires, null and void. Without this, if you write the meaning of judicial, you will not get any marks. So this is very important. Okay. If it is against the letter and spirit of the Constitution or contravenes any provision of the Constitution, this power is referred to as the power of judicial review. Till here, you people have to write in the judicial review. Okay, then after this, the next one which we need to do is the need. Okay, the need for judicial review. Why we need judicial review? Okay, why we need judicial review? The two reasons. The first one, in a written constitution, a law may be ambiguously worked. The question of interpretation of the constitution is bound to arise, and the Supreme Court only has the power of original jurisdiction. Second, the legislature may not possess the wisdom, experience, and impartiality which are needed to explain what the law means. That is the second reason we need judicial review. Is it clear to all of you? Okay, children. So, just now I have completed your judicial review. Judicial review means what? That if the union and state legislature passes any law and that law is against the Constitution or violates the Constitution of India, then Supreme Court can declare that law ultra vires, null and void. This word only you are going to write. This power of the Supreme Court is called judicial review. Why there is a need for judicial review? Two reasons are there. First reason, you know that our constitution is a written constitution. So in a written constitution, a law may be ambiguously worked. Ambiguously means law should work without any partiality. Okay, the question of interpretation of the constitution is bound to arise. Okay, or definitely interpretation of the constitution की जरूरत हमेशा पड़ेगी. और the Supreme Court only has the power of what? Original jurisdiction. क्योंकि हमारा written constitution है जो कि ambiguously work करता है, मतलब बिना किसी partiality के work करता है. अगर कोई भी question arise होता है जो कि होगा bounded है on the interpretation of the constitution, then the Supreme Court has the power of original jurisdiction. That is why Supreme Court enjoys the Supreme Court need for judicial review to declare any law ultra vires, null or void. Second reason why we need judicial review. The legislature may not possesses wisdom, experience and impartiality. मतलब या तो पार्लियामेंट की बात कर लो या फिर स्टेट लेजिस्लेचर की बात कर लो, दोनों ही शायद उनके पास वो विजडम, वो एक्सपीरियंस या वो इम्पार्शियलिटी ना हो जिसकी ज़रूरत है. इसीलिए सुप्रीम कोर्ट को जुडिशियल रिव्यू की पावर दी गई है. ओके, देन विल कंटिन्यू. Now children, see the last topic of your syllabus I'm going to start now, that is court of record. Okay, so how many powers and jurisdiction of the Supreme Court we have completed? Original jurisdiction, appellate jurisdiction, advisory jurisdiction, revisory jurisdiction, judicial review, need of judicial review. Now we are going to do the last topic of the chapter, that is called court of record. All of you see in the book, Supreme Court is the court of record, means it kept all its judgment, papers and accounts in record. Okay, because you know that Supreme Court has the power of revisory, means it review its own judgment because it may have crept any mistake or error in passing any judgment in the past. Then it has the power to review its own judgment. So for that it needs the record, testimony. For that, it maintains the court a record. That is what is the meaning of court of record. So, Supreme Court is the court of record. Now, see all of you in the book. A court of record is a court whose judgments are recorded for evidence and testimony. This is the main line. A court of record is a court whose judgments are recorded for evidence and testimony. The judgment are in the nature of precedent, that is High Court and the other court are bound to give similar decision in similar cases. They are not to be questioned when they are provided before any subordinate court. This whole paragraph is very important. Then after that, the Supreme Court shall be a court of record and shall have all the powers of such court, including the power to punish for contempt of itself. Okay, then these 2 points. The court of record has 2 implications. First, its judgment and orders are preserved as record. These can be produced in any court as precedent. Precedent means evident. Evident. Then, if a person commits a contempt of court, the court has the authority to punish him. No authority can deprive the court of this right. For these reasons, they maintain court of record. Is it clear to all of you? Now, so today I have completed your Supreme Court chapter, and High Court is not in your syllabus. So today I have completed your class 10th history syllabus, history and civics syllabus of your class 10th syllabus. Is it clear? Then Monday onwards I am trying to do the revision and I will start revising from the Supreme Court itself. For today only this much. Thank you children.